All right, so today we're going to talk about dividing polynomials. This is not graphing, obviously, and I know I told you this chapter was all graphing, but this is something you're going to need in order to graph your rationals, so it's going to be part of the steps of graphing rationals. So you are going to need this as step, I don't know, one of the steps, step 7 or something like that, in the middle of graphing these. So let's just think about long division. Go back to 4th grade. When did you learn how to do long division? So if you remember how to long divide 4 into 12, right, you first ask yourself, does 4 go into 1? No. Does 4 go into 12? Yes, 3 times. Oops, hold on, my pen. Give me a sec. Okay. So 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4, and then you multiply. 4 times 3 is 12, and then you subtract, you get 0, bring down the next number. Does 4 go into 6? Yes, once. Multiply, subtract, remainder of 2. We can talk remainders. We can also put that as a fraction, 2 over 4. You can do it, keep going, put decimals. For now, we're just going to say it's a remainder of 2. Same exact process for long division of polynomials. So what you want to do is look at the first terms. So you look at x and x squared, and you ask yourself, x times what gives me x squared? All right, and so it would be x times x, and you want to line them up, right? This is my x column, and so I want to line it up on top of the one that it matches. And then when I multiply back out, I do have to distribute this x and multiply it to both of those. So x times x gives me that x squared that I was looking for. X times 1 gives me plus 1x. And now I do the same step, which is now subtract. But when you subtract, you have to subtract both terms. So you have to make both of those minus or distribute a negative, however you want to think of it. But you do have to subtract both of them. The x squared is gone. 3x minus 1x now is 2x. Bring down your minus 4. Start over. So again, now you're looking at those first terms, x and 2x. So x times what gives me 2x? Well, x times 2, and it should be lined up over the constant column. And now again, distribute to both. So that gives me 2x. 2 times 1 is plus 2. Now I have to subtract. So this becomes minus, this becomes minus. 2x's are gone. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. That's my remainder. Again, on these problems, we're just going to leave the remainder. And so my quotient would be x plus 2, remainder of negative 6. And that's it. Okay, so again, this terminology, this is called the quotient. This is obviously the remainder. And those are the important ones. All right, so we're going to practice a few examples here and see how you do. So here's the first one. X squared minus 8x plus 4 divided by x minus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and put the x minus 3 out front. X squared minus 8x plus 4. Start with those first ones. X times what gives me x squared? Well, just x times x, put it in the right column. Distribute. So that's x squared minus 3x. But now remember, I have to distribute a negative. So 2 negatives in this case right here is going to make that a positive. So x squared minus x squared is gone. I have negative 8x plus 3x is negative 5x. And I start over. X times what gives me negative 5x? Well, that's just negative 5. And I distribute. Negative times negative is positive 15. But now don't forget, distribute that negative. So I'm really doing a negative to everything here, right? Here and here. So this one becomes positive, this one becomes negative. The 5x's are gone. 4 minus 15 is negative 11. And I'm done, that's my remainder. Quotient x minus 5, remainder negative 11. All right, let's do a longer one. So this next one, I'm dividing by x squared minus 3x plus 5. So let's go ahead and set it up. So x squared minus 3x plus 5 is out front. I've got a trinomial, and I'm dividing into 5x to the 4th minus 3x squared plus 2. All right, so I always start at the beginning, look at those first two terms. X squared times what gives me 5x to the 4th. I'm going to need a 5, and I'm going to need an x squared. All right, 5x squared times x squared will give me 5x to the 4th. I'm going to distribute this 5x squared to everything. So that'll give me negative 15x to the 3rd. Oh, wait a second, that's not lining up. Why not? Because I need to put placeholders in. So this is one where I'm going to have to move some stuff around here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to move that over. That's funny. And I need to put in a plus 0x cubed placeholder. I'm also missing over here a place for x. So I also need a placeholder there. So there are all these placeholders. If you have a variable that isn't represented, right? An x to the 3rd, an x squared, an x, whatever it is, you have to put in a placeholder. So I'm also going to move this guy, right, because it's now in the wrong spot. Okay, we did distribute all those, right? Okay, so now we're all lined up. Now we can keep going. So I distributed to negative 3. Now I still have to distribute here to the 5. So that'll give me plus 25x squared, and now we're lined up again. All right, now don't forget you do have to, sorry, ignore that, distribute the negative to everything. So this will be minus, this will become a plus, and this will become a minus, right? Because I'm distributing that negative. All right, the 5x to the 4th are gone. 0 plus 15 is 15x cubed. Negative 3 minus 25 is negative 28x squared. And then I bring down my next one, and I start over. Look at that first term and see what 15x to the 3rd is what I want to get, and I've got x squared. So that means I need a 15x. Distribute, distribute, distribute. So I'll get 15x to the 3rd minus 45x squared. 15 times 5, what is that, 70, no, 75, right? Yeah, 75x. And that's all positive, so now I need to distribute that negative. So this will become minus, this one will become plus, and this one will become minus. Gone. Negative 28 plus 45. What is that, 17? X squared minus 75x, and I still need to bring down the minus 2. I know I'm running out of room. And then we keep going here, right? So I keep going with the first lead coefficient, or the lead term, 17x squared, into x squared into that gives me plus 17. And I distribute. So this will give me 17x squared. 17 times 3. Where's my calculator? I know I could do it in my head, but it's all right. Just want to make sure I get it right. Okay, 51. So that's minus 51x. And then plus 17 times 5. Who's got it? 85. Okay, distribute that negative, positive, negative. It just changes your signs, right? Negative 75 plus 51, negative 24x. Negative 2 minus 85 is negative 87. And that whole thing, whoops, sorry. That whole thing is my remainder. And this whole thing up here is my quotient. All right, so there's my quotient, there's my remainder. Hopefully I did that right. I should probably check the answer key. I don't know, there's lots of little places to make mistakes, obviously, on these. But that's the process, okay? Let me just check that I got this one right. Yeah, I think I'm good. Remainder negative 24. Oh, whoops, I see what I did. I have one little mistake. I did catch it. It's right here, you guys. This was a positive 2, so I should have brought down a positive 2. Minus 85 was negative 83. Sorry. Everything else was good, though. That was pretty good, huh? All right, so there's our remainder. Okay, I'm going to stop the video right here because I want to give you guys a chance to do these last two. Don't forget placeholders, okay? On some of those you might need a placeholder. So if you need a placeholder, put a placeholder in, spread it out. Go ahead and take time to practice those two. When I resume the video, sorry for the bells. In the next video, I will check the answers to these two, and then we'll continue on into the second part. So that'll be our next video. All right, so go ahead and work on questions 3 and 4.